Man, I feel bad for you. Why? Well, you guys are covering the trade deadline, right? Why, yes, all day on the SDPN YouTube channel. Why do you ask? Well, the Leafs clearly aren't going to do anything. What are you talking about? They need an impact forward. Yeah, and Pontus Holmberg is already on the Leafs. Let's go! Do you have a humiliation kit? This is all I ask you to do. I'm having a great finger flick. You're allowed to show up. This team is ruining my life. I'm taking crazy pills. With you, wherever you are, welcome to LFR. Victory, Puppy Ziggy! 1 and 2. That was short. That was my fault. That was me. 2 wins on the weekend. I'm sorry. That was short. That was on me. I'm sorry. 11 goals, 4 points in 48 hours. Leafs win! Still don't have the whole voice back. 5-2 over the Chicago Blackhawks. Hey, that's not bad, eh? You win a game against Carolina. Hey, you win a game against, I don't care. They don't ask how, they ask how many. They should ask how. Eddie, you know how it goes. But then they get on a plane, like right after playing an NHL game against NHL players. You go to another city and you win another game. I know I make a big deal out of it, but you gotta remember this is the Leafs, and a few years ago, winning the second half of a back-to-back with travel literally didn't happen for a while. Like, if the Leafs had a Saturday, Sunday back-to-back, you could have done something with your night. You could have had hobbies. I was in the trenches watching Michael Hutchinson and Garrett Sparks. Leafs are rolling out Anthony Stolarz and Joseph Woll. Oh God, it rules. Now, Steve, you're gloating about a win over the Chicago Blackhawks? Hey! This is exactly the sort of game the Leafs usually lose. So to pick up 4 out of 4 points, and as a result, lead the Atlantic Division, first place, baby. That is a good weekend. The hockey team that I cheer for has won 3 games in 4 days, and only 2 of them were the Leafs. Yeah, I'm still buzzing about that. Let's talk about the game. First period was weird. I didn't feel like the Blackhawks dominated, but you look up at one point and you're like, oh, they're leading in shots 6-0. It didn't feel like that. You just kind of kept looking at the shot and, oh, it keeps going up. And the Leafs, what are they at? Still 0? Okay. The Leafs start to take back ground. They're about to get out of the first period and talk about it in the room and probably come out to a roaring start in the second. Oh, late period penalty. The Blackhawks blasted on! Hits Tyler Bertuzzi really hard, and Teuvo Teravainen collects it and scores. Dude, 11 seconds to go in the first. The Leafs are down 1-0 after 1. Really underrated part of this play that I didn't notice until producer Drew pointed it out on the live stream that we did on the SDPN YouTube channel. Oliver Ekman-Larsson actually protects Tyler Bertuzzi on this play. I was about to say, oh, Bertuzzi, former Leaf, so that's a former teammate. No, those two never cross paths on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Or anywhere else, for that matter. OEL, good guy. Still down to Chicago after 1. Chicago out shooting the Leafs 10-6. Oh my goodness. Second period was hilarious, because Chicago got 10 shots again. The Leafs got 17! Leafs third line is out there. McMahon, Domi, Robertson. What do I say about this line? Their two-way play can be a struggle, but they're capable of scoring, and they tend to light up weaker opponents. No disrespect to the Chicago Blackhawks, that's what they are this year. Connor Bedard had a line mate named Landon Slaggart tonight. He has 3 career goals. Every time I check the Chicago Blackhawks lineup, he has a different line mate. And every time I check out the Chicago Blackhawks lineup, he's playing with at least one winger with 6 or fewer goals this season. They're weak. They're not gonna be weak for long, but they're weak. McMahon to Domi and Nicky. Nicky brings a tear to my eye. Go to the net! Great feed from Domi. Awesome shot from Nicky, because Soderblom almost got this thing, but Nicky placed it too perfectly, and it's 1-1. Tied! Now I mentioned Soderblom almost had it. The numbers won't say he had an unreal game in this one. He's good. The Blackhawks didn't exactly make it easy on him. First of all, already mentioned, this was a 17-shot period for the Leafs. They leave someone wide open in front on the first goal. Second goal, Jake McCabe takes a shot from the point and it goes in. Part of the reason, ain't over teammates and everything, but get out of the way so I can see it! Blackhawks screen their own goalie and the Leafs take their first lead of the game, 2-1. Robertson almost scores again. It trickles through Soderblom. It's on the goal line and TJ Brody sweeps it away, saving a sure goal. Don't worry, he'll give it back. And exactly to the second, 10 minutes after the Leafs make it 2-1, Nicky Bobby scores again. From Max Domi, once again. Now, Domi's got to chase after that puck. There's one Blackhawks defender back. Robertson, once again, he knows he has one job. Go to the net! So he does that. Domi getting this pass across to Robertson was even harder than just executing the pass, because the puck actually goes through the referee's legs, and Domi has to focus on where his target is, beating his opponent in a foot race, and navigating the puck through the ref's legs. It's actually a really impressive play, and Robertson, being Robertson, buries buries it. His second of the night makes it 3-1 Leafs, and that is how we will head into Oh my God. Oh, whoa. Oh, Max. Oh, no. Frank Nazar, who is a big part of the Chicago Blackhawks' future, he's joined the team, it looks like, full-time. And Domi's feeling real good about himself. I got 2 primary assists in this one. I'm so good. And Frank Nazar comes in and I'm sailing away. He gives it to Philip Kurashev, who bangs it in, and the Blackhawks pull themselves with win 8 seconds later. And Max, I'm sorry. Hockey changes so fast. It went from 3-1, and I'm pretty sure the Leafs are about to win this game, to the Leafs are still up 3-2 heading into the third period, which is a position any team would want to be in. And I'm like, I think they're going to lose, actually. Not even I think they're going to lose. It felt like they were losing. Third period, there were shifts I didn't love where the Blackhawks hemmed the Leafs in a little bit. They cycled it a little bit. They were never really dangerous. And what is one of the number one things we've criticized about with the Leafs? Depth scoring. Their depth guys aren't scoring. Their defense aren't scoring. They're not getting goals from anyone who aren't like 6 guys. It's the core 4, Knies and McMahon. Well, in the third period, you get a goal that is credited as Chris Tanev from Jake McCabe and David Kampf. Thank you. You need those. And you need them in any form they come in. In this case, it came in the form of Chris Tanev blamming the thing on net, and it goes off of TJ Brodie's skate and in. Holmberg points right at Tanev, but I didn't need him to. Brodie facing skyward is something that I've seen before. And this was a pretty solid win for the Leafs, and what I hate is like the narrative that might surround it is the weird goal at the very end. With about 90 seconds to go, Pontus Holmberg gets an empty netter. His third goal in 24 hours. For those of you keeping score at home, he has 5 this season. 5, and 17 in his career now. But they review it for offside, and if you watch the stream, you know right away, I'm like, that's offside. So, you think you know offside, and then something like this happens. William Nylander is in the offensive zone. He's in the offensive zone before the puck and John Tavares. And they review it for somewhere between a long time and an eternity. And they call it a good goal. Now, it's the right call, or at very least, they didn't have enough to overturn it. But the reason it's the right call is Tavares didn't have possession, which I think sucks a lot and is dumb and wrong. Like, listen, the Leafs won. I'm happy about it, okay? The Blackhawks were right to challenge it. You're down by 2 with 90 seconds. Just do it. It's hockey. So much of the time, a player possesses the puck. The puck is not literally touching their stick. John Tavares was touching the puck, brought the puck into the offensive zone, took his stick off the puck and then put it back on because he's stick handling the puck that he possesses. Apparently this came into prominence. There was a goal, Cale Makar, I think it was in the Edmonton series in 2022 with the Avalanche. I didn't understand it then. I don't get it now. Just make offside offside. Heaven forbid it's like a Cale Makar situation where this is in the playoffs or something. I talk about this all the time with the NHL. You just had such a victory with the Four Nation face-off. Everyone loved that event and people are checking out hockey and loving it. You have lots of new hockey fans. You have lots of experienced and older hockey fans. And it'd be great if all of them understood what was going on. Or, hey, how about this? More than half. I'm sorry, you can't tell me more than half of the people at the United Center tonight and more than half of the people watching at home knew what was going on or why that was a goal. Whatever. Pontus, hooray! Nick Robertson not able to get the hat trick. It sucked. He was out there. He could have had a hat trick the same night as his brother, which would have been sick. But consolation prize, the Leafs are first place in the Atlantic. I take it. Questions. I get the rules and all, but that was offside, right? So that's the thing. You don't get the rules, and most people don't. And that's bad. When things happen, you should know why they happen. And it should be easy to explain why they happen. It should be easy for the broadcast to explain to you what is happening. It should be easy for you to explain to a friend or a friend to explain to you why something is happening. And on top of it being easy or difficult to explain, it should also just make sense? That rule doesn't make sense. I think it's really silly. A player has to be touching the puck at all times to possess it. That's garbage. It's made up fairy tale nonsense. No, they don't. This isn't a question, but Victoria Stewart just woo! Leafs top the Atlantic! Oh, and they have a game in hand on Florida too. Tampa has won 5 straight games, but they're still 4 points back of the Leafs. Either way you split it, it's a good position to be in. And I like this question for its optimism. Is Pontus Holmberg beginning his Bobby McMahon trajectory? So, Bobby McMahon, fourth liner who didn't really do anything as a fourth liner, and then one game he got a hat trick, and then he kind of just never stopped scoring after that. Okay, well, Holmberg's got 3 goals in his last 24 hours. That's pretty good. Okay, well, one of them was literally dubbed an own goal, like Carolina scored on themselves. This was an empty netter, but confidence is a big thing. Pontus Holmberg, like, people forget. People talk about this guy's lack of offense. The thing I focus on is I've never seen a player spend less time with 2 hands on his stick. That guy loves having 1 hand on his stick at all times. What do the Leafs need? They need offense, right? Offense. That's what they struggle with in the playoffs. We need playoff performers, right? Pontus Holmberg won SHL, like Swedish Hockey League, playoff MVP. That was in 2021. He's still only 25. He is younger than Bobby McMann was when he broke out. This is the first season of professional hockey Bobby McMann has ever played where he hasn't played in the AHL. He's 28. Holmberg is a fascinating player. He can play center, he can play wing, he can kill penalties, take face-offs. He magically finds himself in the top 6 weirdly often. Is he gonna be in the Leafs playoff lineup? But I don't think he's cannon fodder. He's worked himself into this weird position where, like, you're not thrilled with the results, but he's also undeniably useful, and you should try to keep him as much as you can. So I don't think he's about to earn a 3-year, $1.35 million contract like Bobby McMann did, and then go on to score 25 goals, which is what Bobby McMann is currently on pace for. But if he begins game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs this year on the Toronto Maple Leafs roster, like in the lineup, I think that would exceed expectations from, well, today. With McMann, it took a while for it to come out, but I feel like I always saw it. And I think a lot of fans always saw it. He was always fast and had a nose for the net. It was the shot that we didn't really get to see. I don't see it as much with Holmberg. I just admire his hustle. What do you think? Let me know in the comment box down below. For now, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends over on the SDPN YouTube channel. We got a brand new episode of the Steve Dangle podcast coming tomorrow and a brand new episode of Agent Provocateur that was just uploaded if you want to check it out.